thing we ate most with sandwiches as a condiment instead of like salad dressing or mustard or ketchup or anything was hot pepper butter. And I'm not a big fan of hot stuff, so when I make it, I always substitute most of the hot peppers with these mini sweet peppers that look like hot peppers. If you want something crazy hot, just use all hot peppers. We want to cut the tops off and seed those things. And I'm only using 2 peppers. I'm not sure what these are called, but I know they're a little hot. To take the seeds out, I just cut them in half and then take them out like this. Now once you have the seeds all taken out, we need to chop those up. After they're all chopped up, you put them in a pot because we need to cook this stuff. Now we're going to add sugar to that. And yes, it takes quite a bit of sugar because we're also adding mustard and vinegar. You need prepared mustard. We're going to put that in there as well, and we're going to put some vinegar into it. And just a side note, if you do not put on rubber gloves to cut up those hot peppers, watch yourself when you lick your hands or wipe your face because it will burn. Now we're just going to stir that stuff together and then put it on the heat, and we let it come to a boil, and we need to stir that while it's coming to a boil so it doesn't burn into the bottom. Now we also need a paste to thicken that, and we used to make a lot of this stuff, so we'd always have like a big bowl full of paste. You just need some flour. And we're just gonna slowly whisk in our water. You wanna make sure this is smooth. So once this stuff comes to a nice boil, you wanna let it boil for a little bit so it can get to know each other. And then we're gonna whisk our paste in there. And we leave it on the heat and keep whisking it kind of like a pudding or something until it turns thick. And you wanna make sure you boil it a little bit after it's thick so the taste of flour doesn't show up into your hot pepper butter. Now you let this cool off to use it on sandwiches, but I'm gonna taste it and see if it's good. And I also don't know how spicy it's gonna be, so I'm just prepared for the worst because I do not like spice. It's very good. It has a little bit of sip to it, not as much as I expected. It's perfect in my opinion. So yes, this is very, very good. In my opinion, the best way to eat this is on a sandwich with some ham, homemade ham, and some cheese. That is just top notch. It is so delicious. Now we always can ours, which is really easy. You just cold pack it, and I heated up my jars because this is hot, so I don't want these to break. We're just going to fill our jars up to the neck. You have to leave space for it to breathe. Now you need to take a clean wet towel and clean the rims of this. And this stuff is nice and yellow with some red tints from the red peppers, but if you want a different color, just use regular jalapeno peppers, or make sure you have green mini sweet peppers and it'll be nice and green. It depends on what kind of peppers you use for the color. Then we put our lids on. I boiled mine a little bit in hot water before so the rubber can swell up a little so it seals easier. Turn your rings on nice and tight. And we're gonna cold pack this, which means you have to boil it in some water so it can seal. And I have hot water in here. I'm putting a towel down so it doesn't bounce up and down when it's boiling and break the jar. And after it's cold packed, you just let it sit until it seals. If it doesn't seal, just refrigerate it, and you have delicious hot pepper butter for your sandwiches. Try it. The recipe is in my Amish cookbook under hot pepper butter. That cookbook is on my website, socialsbylavina.com, which you can find linked in my profile or in the caption, or you can just type that website into your browser. Have fun and enjoy!